Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So Patrick Bet-David, who is the host of the PBD podcast, as well as the founder of Valuetainment, which is a multi-million-dollar media conglomerate, he started a firestorm over on X, or really the media are having a meltdown at the moment because, well, PBD decided to host the likes of controversial figure Andrew Tate. Now, I do not like Andrew Tate one bit. I, however, happen to like PBD. I've interviewed him on my podcast before. I'm not sure if he even remembers me having him on the show. It was a little while ago. I think it was just a bit after COVID. He was releasing his book, Your Next 5 Moves, I think it was. And I had to buy, I think at that stage, like 10 copies, which was a lot of money for me to do, to be able to get 30 minutes of PBD's time. And I'm glad that he gave me 30 minutes of his time. It was somewhat of a decent interview, and he said great questions twice, I think it was. So it was very quick, and I was relatively younger at the time, and I would love to have a much deeper, longer form conversation with him at some point. Not sure if he will even see this, but anyway, he started this firestorm because, well, he's platformed the likes of Andrew Tate, and so many people have come after PBD saying he's a fraud, saying that Andrew Tate, the reason why PBD is being so respectful is because Andrew Tate is somewhat invested in Monect, the company that PBD founded, and he doesn't want to upset relations. And, well, Andrew Tate has got a significant audience. Sadly, lots of people listen in to what Andrew Tate has to say. And I've listened in to what Andrew Tate has to say because it's a free country. And I personally do not like anything that he has to say. Does that mean that he says everything wrong? No, it doesn't. But the man does not stand for anything good. I don't believe that one bit. And as a Christian, I'm looking at this man and I'm going, he's been lying for such a long time. And he's also done some very shady, shifty things in the past. Okay. And he's come on, lied about it. I've seen Megyn Kelly go after him recently, and so damn well right she should. And I'm glad that she has been going after Andrew Tate for lying through the skin of his teeth, being somebody with no character whatsoever. He's been accused of human trafficking as well, and so many other horrible, nasty things. And I question why anyone would want to have Andrew Tate on their show. I know it's a free country. I know you can have freedom of speech, but as somebody that claims to be a Christian, why would you want to platform somebody like this and give him a voice to share to your audience members? I know you're all adults here. You can all make up your minds. But again, I personally wouldn't, unless, and this is just me being completely honest and transparent with you all, if I was to ever host the likes of somebody that resembles Andrew Tate, I would drill them with questions that are hard-hitting, and I would test them quite considerably about why they believe those certain things. And I think it's my duty to do that as like a good podcast host, no doubt, but also as like a Christian. I am taking the time to actually have you on this show, and you don't resemble any of the things that I believe in on a biblical standpoint. And obviously I want to challenge the other individual and say, why don't you believe in what the Bible talks about? Why is it wrong? You know? And it seems as if the internet has been having a meltdown over Patrick Bet-David because he didn't really ask any hard-hitting questions. He asked people to give him hard-hitting questions, and, well, they weren't really hard-hitting questions. Now, I personally haven't listened to the full conversation. I'm yet to do that, so I'm recording this before I've listened to the whole conversation. But from the comments that I've been seeing people make over on X that have actually listened to the full conversation, it's not good, and PBD should be embarrassed of himself, and I think he can do better. I really do. And secondly, I don't think it was a wise decision, a wise move to host the likes of Andrew Tate, but I could be wrong. I'm just saying that. But anyway, this is what PDB said. He goes, Patrick Bet-David should be embarrassed, not just as a host, but more importantly, as a father. You're hosting the likes of a man that has been accused of human trafficking and some very other vile and horrible things, and you claim to be a father, and you are exposing, I guess, your family or people around you to the likes of this individual. And I don't think that's a good thing. Not having Andrew Tate on his platform, it's a free country, right? But for failing to ask hard questions, challenge contradictions, or present past videos for accountability. That's Patrick Bet-David's biggest failure here. Worst of all, he allowed a manipulative figure to use his platform to influence and subtly brainwash his audience without a single meaningful correction or pushback. And again, I haven't listened to it, but if people are saying this and they've listened to it, I would be more inclined to go, why didn't PBD push back? What's his reasons for that? He seems to push back hard on the Cornhub founders. He did that one very, very well. But this one in particular, it's interesting to me. Now, PBD has got history, obviously, with Andrew Tate. He's interviewed him in Romania. He's interviewed him, I think, a couple more times as well. And it just seems very, very interesting to me that he's more willing to be gracious with the kind of questions that he's been asking. The level of passive endorsement is no better than legacy media. Shame on you, Patrick. Who's next? And Britta goes, well, there's a section in the interview where Andrew Tate goes after Ben Shapiro. Doesn't even want to hear a Ben Shapiro quote because apparently Ben Shapiro is the worst person in the world, according to Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate converted to being a Muslim not that long ago. You know why and his reasons? Because Muslims were messaging him in prison more than Christians, apparently. So that's his reason for converting to Islam. Literally the death cult. Doesn't surprise me one bit at all. That's according to Andrew Tate, right? Because apparently Muslims take care of you and look after their own. Spoiler alert, they don't. But anyway, they seem to care more about Andrew Tate because of what Andrew Tate was saying. And well, Andrew Tate wanted to be a politician. He had the Bruv Party too over in the UK. He wanted to take over in the UK, which is just funny, just absurd. I don't know how many people would even want to vote for Andrew Tate. But regardless of that, he's gone after Ben Shapiro, and Ben Shapiro is infinitely leaps and bounds way better than Andrew Tate can ever be. Ben Shapiro is a family guy, a man of character and morals. Andrew Tate's got none of that at all. So here is an interesting part in the interview, right? So Andrew Tate says Epstein Island is the result of monogamy garbage being pushed by the West. Says Russia and South America don't have this problem because their married elites have girlfriends. I'm not going to show you the full video because it's quite disgusting what he's talking about. But the reason why Russia, South America, and other countries don't have an issue, let's say, don't have a major issue with PDF files is because those countries crack down enormously hard on anyone that does that sort of stuff. So there's no real way of getting around it. But in the West, you are essentially, it's not because of in Russia and South America, married elites have girlfriends. It's got nothing to do with that at all. It's got everything to do with the sickness of mankind, okay? And also the West allowing and approving, for the most part, this kind of behavior to go on. They normalize it. They call PDF files minor attracted people. They say that it's more a sickness that should be understood and should be respected rather than doing anything about it. It's got nothing to do with these sick, twisted individuals having girlfriends or being able to have multiple partners. It's not got anything to do with monogamy at all. It's not, monogamy is not garbage, I'll have you know. It's got everything to do with how you're raised. It has everything to do with what you're taught. And mate, honestly, you're got the problem. If you're saying that monogamy is garbage, this is the man, ladies and gentlemen, that has allegedly trafficked girls and had a webcam business for quite some time and has admitted to the way he's treated these women. He's treated them like they're a piece of garbage, right? And I'm just like, yet you're saying, how in the world are you even saying this right now? You got no idea what you're talking about. No idea, but people listen to him. And then Hazel Appleyard goes, if this was true, can they not just cheat with adult women? So Patrick Bet-David apparently supports the death penalty for child traffickers. However, he's currently interviewing Andrew Tate live, who has been formally charged with trafficking minors and acts with a minor and giving zero pushback. That's also very interesting as well. Nathan Livingston, Milk Bar TV, goes, just this July this year, it'll be 2 years of me covering Andrew Tate. At this point, I've made countless videos exposing him for the vile scum he is. Below, it goes through a whole thread featuring a collection of the most damning, obviously, videos of Andrew Tate admitting to doing horrible things. Now, apparently Trump let Andrew Tate back into America, which Andrew Tate's, I mean, it's Trump's prerogative to do that, but why would he allow Andrew Tate back in the country? Got no idea. Anyway, Han Shaughnessy goes, yes, I am a strong supporter of free speech and the First Amendment. Yes, I believe, traffickers should be shunned and ostracized from civil society. These concepts are not mutually exclusive. There is nothing wrong with canceling R-wordists and traffickers. In fact, it should be encouraged. I wholeheartedly agree with that. Just because you're for freedom of speech doesn't mean that these people should be given a platform with millions of people to spread their disgusting, vile selves. It just doesn't make any sense to me. We as a society should impose consequences on any public figure platforming and promoting such people. Well, I would definitely go hard and question why PBD chose to have Andrew Tate again on his podcast. He's got nothing new to say. Nothing new at all. It's the same old rubbish, same old crap. And to be honest, I don't even think that I want to listen to it. I think I would spare my time. But honestly, I just, the man's scum. I'm not talking about PBD. I'm talking about Andrew Tate, obviously. So why would anyone want to host the likes of him on the show? I don't know. It's your choice at the end of the day, but there's consequences to our actions. All right. So just guess I want to reach out to PBD and ask, mate, what's going on? Bit of a shame, mate. Bit of a real shame. Anyway, that's enough from me, but you guys take care. You be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.